essential oil goat milk soap. And I will even be coloring it naturally. This is kind of a newer thing. I'm still going to have all the frou-frou with the glitter and the micas and the real elaborate designs and all that in the soaps. But I am adding a small portion of stuff that is nearly natural, colored with essential oils, or colored with fragrance with essential oils, colored with things like clay and, you know, alkanet root, annatto seed, that kind of stuff. Just to add a layer for the people that want it of that herbal essential oil type stuff. And this is one of the first ones. Rumor is, not making any claims, but rumor is that lavender and tea tree is good for acne. It's good for, of course, sensitive skin. Lavender is good for everything. It's like one of the most mild things you've got out there. It's supposed to be soothing, relaxing, calming. I will admit, lavender is not my ultimate mostest favorite ever, but it's pretty good. It's not bad. So, and you can see I've got my alkanet root infused oils all melted and ready to go here. Still putting my little sodium lactate in there. It helps me, we're making this in our Kelsey mold, the slab mold, the 18-bar slab mold. It helps me to get everything unmolded. So, got my goat milk and lye mixed up. It's kind of full. I would tip it to show you. Run it through my strainer here. Try and get it where you can kind of see it. See, it's still nice and white the way I mixed it up. And this isn't going to be like an elaborate design or anything like that. It's just going to be a plain purpley soap by the time that it's all said and done. I have to push some of that through there first. Little globules of frozen goat milk fat kind of stick in the strainer. Give that a good leash out there. Hold her steady while I push this through. So yeah, it's been kind of fun playing with different scent combos and all that. And I will say it's been a trip seeing the differences in usage, if you will, and messing with that because it's not the same as a fragrance oil. So, just something different. I do have a matching lotion and bath fizzy for this one, but it doesn't have the tea tree. It's just got straight lavender. The tea tree wasn't here yet, and I wanted to get it made with the lavender. And we are just post-Christmas, pre-New Year, so this should be rolling out in plenty of time for Valentine's Day. All that globby fat sticks. Go ahead and plop that in the sink and in with, no, not in with. Ah! There's my wifey. I got spills. In with the stick blender. I don't know if y'all can see that. But yeah, nothing fancy. There's lye on the side. Whack out the bubbles. Oh, it's so cool. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's going from red on the side of the... See over here, it was red to start with, and now it's turning purple. The lye is in there. Totally cool. I will admit, did I say this already, that alkanet root smells like peanuts? 2 tablespoons of alkanet root powder and 16 ounces of olive oil. I just put it in a mason jar, put the lid on it, and let it sit around for a couple weeks while I was waiting on other stuff to get here. And it smells like feet. I don't like it. But now that it's in the soap, it's not so bad. Like now that I'm doing soap with it, the feet smell's kind of going away. This is my Lavender 4042 blend with tea tree oil. Put that in there. But yeah, I wanted this to be like a nice dark purpley soap. And after I infused the oils, I did strain out the oil from the from the alkanet root. I get my A's confused. I want this one to come up to like a thick trace. Because I'm just going straight in the soap, no fancy colors, none of that. And I'm not gonna lie, it's maybe a wee tidge bit darker than I wanted, but I don't know how it's gonna come out. But purple's purple. This kind of black looking right now. Yeah, I'm more micas and frou-frou. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm enjoying the switch. So there's my 18 bar slab mold base. Cleaned up, mineral oiled, and ready to go. Yeah, this is going to be dark, which is really cool. I have a couple clever names picked out for it. I haven't settled on one yet. And I've got a couple of things I want to do, but I haven't decided on how I'm going to color them. And if I was using more traditional stuff, I would know right away. But with the natural stuff, it's harder for me to decide what I want to do. There we go, nice and thick. I have found in this slab mold, I've got to kind of push the corners in, if that makes sense. When I pour the soap real thick like that. Alright, I'm going to go whack this down. We'll get the dividers in. And I'm thinking, since it's kind of sort of on the thick side, remember in this mold it's the long dividers first. Well, I guess you could probably do it the other way. I don't know. I always do long first and then the short ones. Sorry, that's my arm in the way. Yeah, that's a really pretty, neat, like, dark purple. Pretty trippy. And I'm trying to decide, because I wanted to play on the top, but this is kind of a cool looking texture in and of itself. come in. I figured I'd etch a heart into them with the end of a skewer, just to leave it really plain and simple, kind of nice and natural. And I still have that neat texture on top too, the way the swooshes came out. So I'll cover that in saran wrap. Here it is. I think it came out pretty nifty. And I like the little heart kind of etched into the top. Cover that in saran wrap, and we'll call that a done deal. Wrap it in towel, put it to bed, come back and visit it later. And I've got a few other batches poured and ready to melt and get done tonight, so we'll get on to that and be back with those.